Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I reacted to video game music for the very first time. And today is the return of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. We're going to be listening to two songs. A Life Sent On from the channel Nintendo Melody. And New Battle from the channel Max G. These are requested by a lot of people, actually. We have Yunoleo, Josh, VTech88, Luigi, AhmedSmthn, and Grarven. It's a lot of people. This is actually the very first time I react to Xenoblade Chronicles as a now player of this game. I am currently playing Definitive Edition right now, currently. You can watch that whole playthrough right here. I upload pretty often. I haven't beat it, so I still am very, very new to the whole Xenoblade world, but it's interesting now, like, I can somewhat put pictures to these sounds, and I'm having a great time with it. And I don't know anything about 3, so we can still do 3. I finished all my reactions for 1/Definitive Edition, so now we can all just, so now I can focus on the other ones. Anyways, yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Don't want to guess too much, because, you know, I'm getting invested in the story, so let's just listen to the music. This first one's really short. A Life Sent On. Let us begin. It sounds like I just opened a book. You know, the words are just coming at you. Sounds very beginning of something. This guy's channels are always such high quality. A Life Sent On. Oof. That's so vague. I only want to hear it once, just because usually when it's this short, I kind of listen to it twice or something. But before I clicked play, I was like, you know what? Let me try something a little different, see like what I got just from that first initial listen, and then just hold off on it until I maybe experience it someday. Just for the record, I've never announced that I'm playing 2 or 3. I have no idea. I'm just kind of playing it by ear and see what happens. So, that being said, it was different this time. You know, it wasn't entirely. I mean, that's just by default, though. You know, before let's just say a couple weeks ago, anytime I experienced Xenoblade Chronicles on the channel here, listening to music, it was totally blind, and usually just had an image just like this with, like, you know, grass and a sky and a big monster. That was pretty much it. And then sometimes I would see who I now know as Shulk, holding the Monado, and so yeah, you know, right? It feels weird now. Like I'm like, I can name characters and stuff. I'm still really, really, like, early into the game, probably like 20 hours. I'm not here to talk about the game though, but I'm just saying it's interesting hearing, like, music now with, like, some experience, albeit little. That was heavy on the. I don't remember which one it was, because there's 3 of them, right? Plus Torna and whatever. forgot which one it was, but one of the games had emphasis on flutes, and I think it's this one. Whereas, like, for example, the first game, there's like a lot of violins. Second one, I don't really recall too much of it, like having anything unique for it. I don't know if it does. But for 3, I think it was 3 actually. Now that I think about it, I've heard a little bit of 3, and I think the flutes are a big thing. So, I will say though, the whatever game knowledge I have now didn't really, like, everything to me in Xenoblade sounds very outside, very nature, very, emphasis on not a closed space. And considering what I've played, that's, on the money. But this to me, I mean, for the length, I'm going based on length. For length, it has to be, I don't know. Like, at first it sounded very, like, intro movie or something. It sounded very, like, coming alive and awakening type of thing. But the thing about songs that have an intro sounding, like, theme to them, they can also sound like the end. There's this, I don't know why that is, but sometimes it could very much fit, like, as an ending too. Like, that sounded somewhat sad. It sounded like a character ending or something. And, it's very vague, but yeah, I don't know. It was just a short little flute, a life sent on. Though my curiosity is now, like, times 2 as it was before, because now it's like, oh, what is that? I feel like the more Xenoblade I listen to, obviously, like all my outstanding requests for 2, 3, and all the other expansions, whatever, I think eventually, like, it's gonna, like, lean me into playing them too, because that's just how it is. But yeah, I didn't really, like, get much from here besides that it was just what I said initially, just like kind of like an intro or like the story starting, and I'm basing that mostly on the kind of calm nature of it, but also the length of it. It didn't sound like it would loop a lot. Like, otherwise I feel like the uploader would loop it more than once. I don't know. Who knows? I have no idea. But that was nice. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I believe. I don't know if this is future redeemed or not. You guys can tell me. But I'm not gonna, like, try to pay attention to any of the characters at all here, because you never know. This is a big request though. This is new battle. Kenji Hiramatsu. Kenji Hiramatsu is a heavy hitter in the Xenoblade composer lineup. So. Oh, look, they're holding flutes. See, I didn't want to look, but it just, like, caught my eye. So it was 3. 3 is definitely a thing. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. Okay, let's just get into it before I find out some more information. I'm going to just not look at this picture. This is new battle from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Oregon. I love the claps. Ooh, it's kind of psychedelic. Hear that electric guitar? What a jam. Monolith takes such good care of their music department, dude. They do not mess around. Whoa. That was a wild comeback. I think it looped. There might be 2 loops in this video. I love how they're handling the electric guitar. It's just kind of in the background, but not really like in your face. That part's cool though. It's not a guitar. That's a keyboard, but it's meant to sound like a distorted electric guitar. Very cool. It's just kind of thrown in there. I'm waiting for one specific part towards the end of the loop. The whole thing is great, but that part was... I think it was a guitar solo rhythm. I don't want to put him on because it's dark, but... Oh, see, now the guitar's in the center. You can hear it in both. Normally it was over here. It's coming up. A lot of hi-hat work in the song. This part. Yeah. It's a guitar solo rhythm. This part right here reminds me of Persona. Like, they'll throw in like a bridge somewhere where it's like a calm version of the song for a bit, and then it just like slingshots back into the chorus or something. So many dynamics. It's almost over. Gonna go back to this one. That felt like what's that song name? That felt like Torna's battle theme, but like its baby brother or something. That reminded me so much of. It was weird. Like I was listening to it, but at the same time, I went like back in time to when I heard Torna's, and I was just like, I know it sounds weird, but I was just envisioning everything at that time, like where I was mentally, physically, financially, all that. Just I was just there. It brought me back to that exact same place, and kind of just thinking like, wow, how far it's come along, and here we still are. And I never would have guessed I'd be still hearing new stuff from a same game. Well, in this case, a sequel, which I don't even think 3 was out yet when I was. That's another thing that's crazy, like I remember hearing the game like its release when I was doing these. So, and I do remember, when it came out, I had a lot of requests, like a lot of it quick. So a lot of these requests are from a while ago, and it's just how it is when I have so many. But in a way, that's I don't know how to explain it, but in a way, I don't mind it because it's like it's marinated this whole long. People have developed opinions on it. It doesn't have that kind of brand new bias. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's just anything in life though. When you're introduced to something new, you're kind of like in love with it right away, and then later on your opinion might change, kind of thing. That's pretty much a normal occurrence here because a reaction is a first time thing, so it's always new. And then later I'll have like a, not too different, but I'll have, I'll change some things. I've changed my mind on a couple things. So yeah, it reminded me of the Torna video because in that video I'm just like, I'm pretty like far gone mentally. I just teleported into a different world. And this one, I'm not comparing them or anything, but it brings me like internal joy that they kept doing it, and it's part of their identity of a series. One thing I learned, well, I don't know about learned, but like I already kind of knew the Xenoblade Chronicles fan base was pretty large. They watched these videos, but that was my only experience with them. It wasn't until I started playing it, then I was like, oh, okay. And then, I make one tweet about Xenoblade Chronicles and it's skyrocketed. I'm like, what the hell? Like this is a beloved series, and although I have barely scratched the surface, I'm having fun with it. It's very different from what I'm used to, but I'm slowly catching on. It's also my first Nintendo game in like 25 years, so there's a whole lot of it's just new, and it's like this whole thing. This song is I don't know how to explain it, man. It's just musical heaven. like it has so many genres and sounds, which is what my brain consistently is, just genres and sounds. So when I hear all these things come together, it's like a party. It's like, hey, what's up? What's up, piano? I know you. How are the kids? Whatever. Like they're talking to each other, and they just like you know what I mean? I don't know. Dude. What I liked about this one, it was kind of like Torna's, but with like a slight more edge to it, and a little bit more of a swing, like jam. It was a little more loose. Again, that's what I want to compare because they're two different songs, but they're in the same kind of family. Whereas Torna's was very tight. It sounded like very, I guess tight is the only word. Like the drum fills were really tight. Everything was just really dead on. It felt like this one felt a little more loose. Could move around a bit. The guitar was just kind of thrown in there this time, and instead of just. What I mean by like loose and tight, like for example, every time the electric guitar came in, it didn't just like come in on the chord or the one. It would just like or like pick scratches or something, like it was like jamming, kind of like a live take. A little bit of improv in there, kind of felt like, And then of course that like last section with the like rhythm before the guitar solo kicks in. into the slow piano part. It was great. It was great. I mean, it's kind of one of these, like, duh. like it's amazing. It's stuff like this though that's dangerous because, like I said, for those that don't know, I don't really play games. It's just not. I don't have time. I'm so busy here that anytime I play any game, it's kind of a miracle. So that's why I never like hard commit to anything. I'll try it and then that's it. But the more and more I listen to stuff like this is why it's dangerous. It's like, okay, fine, I'm not admitting that, but that's just it's getting there, and it's like, damn, dude. It's not a problem either. It's just adding more stuff to my busy schedule. Anyways, yeah, dude. I mean, it's Xenoblade Chronicles. It's like it's Xenoblade Chronicles. It's such a fantastic soundtrack for so many reasons, and I kind of wish this was one of those big series where they had like concerts all the time, like your Distant Worlds, your Near stuff, and others. I don't know. I think Nintendo should treat it like Splatoon, maybe even, because Splatoon has live stuff. So let's see a Xenoblade Chronicles concert. You know how sick that would be, dude. They would have everything. They would have orchestral, piano, the jam stuff. It'd be sick. Let's do it. Sign a petition. Okay, yeah, that was amazing. And I have to go watch my Torn reaction now just to kind of, see how long the journey has been. Thank you to all the requesters. Thank you to everyone and everyone that's watching the playthrough too. I really appreciate it. Again, it's right here. And it's fun. I like it. It's just, I don't want to say too much because I'm still in the middle of it, so I don't want to see too many things, and I'm just experiencing it as I go. In fact, I'm gonna play it as soon as the video's over. So it's just fun being involved in the community right now. It's just not something that's normal here on this channel. It's very rare. So thank you to everyone that you see on the screen. I could not be here without them. Peace, everybody.